force, work, and energy.
What actions do you see? All these actions require some application called force. Let us see what a force is.
Let us explore. Force. A push or pull acting on a body is called a force. When force is applied on an object, it can produce any of the following changes. Change from a state of rest to a state of motion. Change from a state of motion to a state of rest. Change in the direction of motion of the object. Change in the speeds of the moving object. Change in the shape of the object. Change in the size of the object. Types of forces. There are different types of forces that act on a body. Gravitational force. When we throw a ball up, it is sure to come down. This is because of gravitational force. Gravitational force is the force that attracts objects to the center of the earth. Frictional force. The force that opposes the motion of an object over another object in contact with. When we roll a ball on a horizontal surface, after some time, the speed of the ball decreases, and so it comes to rest. This is because the surface opposes the motion of the ball. That is, the ball experiences a force which opposes its motion. This force is called frictional force. There is more friction if a surface is rough. When we walk on a rough surface, we don't slip and fall. But when we walk on a very smooth surface, we might slip and fall because there is very little friction between the surface and our feet. Friction has both advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. Friction makes it possible for us to walk. When we try to step forward, we push our foot backward. Friction holds your shoe to the ground, allowing you to walk. Friction makes it possible for us to write. We cannot hold a pencil in our hand without friction. It would slip out from our hands. The pencil cannot make a mark on the paper without friction. Our car would not move if there wasn't friction between the tires and the road. If there is no friction, the tires would just spin. They wouldn't move forward. We cannot stop the vehicle without friction between the brakes and the tires. Disadvantages. Friction makes it very difficult to move an object. The moving parts of a machine or the wheels of a vehicle would not move forward smoothly unless friction is reduced. Fuel gets wasted because of friction. Friction produces a lot of heat. Overheating can damage the machines. The moving parts of a machine also wear out rapidly due to friction. The soles of our shoes, an eraser, and the tires of vehicles also wear out due to friction. Friction can be reduced by A. Using lubricants, B. Using sliders or rollers. Electrostatic force. When two surfaces come into contact with each other, an exchange of charge occurs, resulting in the development of electrostatic force. Magnetic force. When you bring a magnet close to some nails, you see that the nails get attracted towards the magnet and stick to it. When you try to pull them off, you feel some force trying to keep the nails fixed to the magnet. This is magnetic force. The Greeks were the first to notice this when they studied the properties of amber. Amber possesses the ability to attract particles when rubbed with another material. Elastic force. When we stretch a rubber band or a spring, it returns to its original shape after being released. This is because of elastic force. Muscular force. The force that is applied on an object by the muscles is called muscular force. Any work done by you is due to muscular force. When you lift an object, push or pull something, muscular force is at work. Mechanical force. A tool uses mechanical force to do some work. A knife or a pair of scissors uses mechanical force to cut something. Work. Work is defined as the transfer of energy. We say that work is done on an object when we transfer energy to that object. Work is said to be done when a force applied on an object makes it move in the direction of the force. Simple machines. All the tools we use in our daily life are called simple machines. Simple machines have very few parts. There are different types of simple machines. They are lever, inclined plane, screw, pulley, wheel and axle, wedge. Lever. A lever is a bar that can be moved about a fixed point called fulcrum. The object to be moved is called the load. The force exerted on the lever is called the effort. There are three types of levers: first-class lever, second-class lever, third-class lever. First-class lever. When the fulcrum is between the load and the effort, it is called a first-class lever. A pair of scissors, a crowbar, and a seesaw are examples of first-class lever. Second-class lever. When the load is between the fulcrum and the effort, it is called a second-class lever. A wheelbarrow, a nutcracker, and a bottle opener are all examples of second-class levers. Third-class lever. When the effort is between the fulcrum and the load, it is called a third-class lever. A stapler, a fishing rod, a broom, and a pair of tongs are examples of third-class levers. Pulley. A pulley is a wheel with a groove along its edge for holding a rope or cable. It is used to lift a bucket of water from a well. It is used in a flagpole to raise the flag. It is also used in elevators and on cranes. Wheel and axle. The wheel and axle consists of a large wheel rigidly attached to a small wheel or shaft called an axle. When the wheel turns, the axle also turns. The steering wheel of a car, a doorknob, a screwdriver are examples of wheel and axle. Inclined plane. An inclined plane is an even sloping surface. It makes it easier to move a weight from a lower to higher level. An inclined plane does not move. It can be used to roll or push barrels onto a truck. Screw. A screw is an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. A screw, the screw cap of a bottle, and a screw jack are examples of screws. Wedge. A wedge has two inclined planes. It has a sharp edge on one side and a blunt edge on the other. It is used to cut or split objects. A knife, an axe, a nail, a chisel, and a saw are examples of energy. The ability to do work is called energy. There are different forms of energy. Mechanical energy. It is the energy possessed by an object due to its motion or position. Mechanical energy is of two types: kinetic and potential. A moving object possesses energy of motion. This energy is called kinetic energy. A stationary object possesses stored energy. This energy is called potential energy. A stationary car has potential energy, whereas a moving car has kinetic energy. Solar energy. It is the energy that comes from the sun. It is the most important source of energy. It is used in solar cookers, solar heaters, in vehicles, watches, and calculators. Heat energy. It is the energy that comes from burning fuels like coal, kerosene, and petrol. This energy is used for cooking. Wind energy. It is the energy that comes from moving air. The power of wind is used to run windmills, which in turn are used to generate electrical energy. It is also used to move sailboats. Electrical energy. It is the energy that we get because of the movement of electrical charges. Electrical energy is generated at power stations and supplied to our homes. Appliances like bulbs, tube lights, computers, televisions, and washing machines work on electrical energy. Hydropower or water energy. It is the energy that comes from water. It is an important source used to generate electricity. Sound energy. Sound is produced when a force causes an object or a substance to vibrate. This sound is transmitted through a solid, liquid, or a gas in the form of waves. Radios, music systems, and musical instruments are some sources of sound energy. Nuclear energy. Matter is made up of molecules, and molecules are made of atoms. An atom has a nucleus in the center. Nuclear energy is produced by the breaking of a nucleus or the joining of two nuclei. Nuclear energy is used to produce electricity.